How about now? Yeah, now it's working. Okay. Welcome all. So we're gonna start this again. Don't forget to like the video upon entering. Okay. Washing your hands, saging yourself. Definitely had the button here on mute. So that's significant. You know what I mean? What's going on here? Um, Definitely significant. I did the entrance, thanking Mama Universe and Papa Universe. Let's get into your messages, y'all. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, ancestors, ascended ancestors. It's a mass of them here. Literally, the last time I did this, when it was on mute, the sirens went off. Michael was around. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me as me. For you and I collected to use our mind's eye to see. I connect my heart and soul to my heart and soul, always in connection to the Most High. Ashe, ashe, ashe. First message on Altia. Where there is no vision, so stay focused on your vision. Hold your vision. Meditate with your vision here. You're being asked to. And being honest with yourself about what that vision is. Some of you may have been distracted lately because what it is that you want to do, what your vision is, may scare you. That means is it's something that's bigger than you. Don't be afraid of it. Just flow with the energy. Each time you feel like you're about to back out of it, there's obviously something within you that you have to sit with for just a bit longer, but not to put yourself in a process of um, delaying yourself because of the fear. Remember, fear is a low vibrational frequency. So you may want to, or you should, not, I ain't gonna say you should because I'm not here to tell you what to do. These messages are more so like confirmations. Any of these types of messages, they're more so confirmations of what you already know. Okay. And it's just hearing it out loud is putting this in the space of you having a conversation and you saying this out loud yourself. Okay. So sitting with that energy that may make you go in and out with the decision, just make sure you always follow your heart. Follow your heart. Okay. Let's see what's going on though. I'm going to pull some more oracles first before I do the tarot. Welcome, young. I'm actually in the midst of packing. So let me go live right quick. See what messages we got. Got so much shit to do. It ain't even funny right now. But I'm laughing. We have the mantis beings, the the agarthans, and the pentagram. Enigma. You're able to express yourself in the format of parables. You're able to even break down parables. So you're being able to read between the lines here. Something about messages that are coming in from inner dimensions. So this could be your higher self or the spirit guides in connection to your higher self. There is harmony, protection, idealism, or you're being protected from those that want to disrupt your energy or bring confusion into your energy. 1235. Let me look at 1235 for you. Hold on. Are you gonna show me? 1 second. 616 right now. Spiritual guards have. Okay. half shekel of the sanctuary. Hold up. Give me 1 second now. Let's look at this. Silver, gold, and copper. 3 scenario or current situations. There's 3 parts to a current situation. There's 3 parts to a current situation here. Okay, let me look at this. Current situation is a 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords speaks of the end of betrayal, the end of overthinking, the end of being backstabbed or feeling that way. Okay. There's 3 parts to this. Let's look at it this way. 3 parts to this. There's 3 parts to this. The first part is where you were guided to stand above the preconceived thoughts of lack. Some of you may have been in positions where you were seeking assistance or support from people because you felt like you didn't recognize what you already had access to, as far as where you're able to handle a situation yourself. There could have been some levels of here of codependency that will be released. What's the second part? This is a mastery of 3 different levels. Level 2 is you soaring above any difficulties and self-imposed limitations. Exactly that. Okay. Realizing that you are an extension of source power, the condor. And 3, the third part is, wow, part 3 has 3 cards in it. So it could have felt like 5 different parts instead of 3. There goes the sirens again. Out of those 3 cards, you do have the Phoenix here as one of the 3. And the rabbit, this is the year of the rabbit. So there has been a crossing over of emotions, you being able to stabilize the way you feel in order to do what? To focus on the relationships in your life that bring harmony, stability, opportunity, and unconditional love. So quite the lesson here. Because if you're on this journey of unconditional love, to be on that journey means that you have to experience conditional love. Okay. So let's see here. Show me part 1, where you were being guided to stand above the preconceived thoughts of lack. The 1235 here. Part 1, this is in reverse. Let me see. So this would be significant as far as there's a lack of expectation, which is okay depending on where you're at on your journey. Because it's, as far as the lack of expectation, the way it's coming out here, as you were guided to stand above the preconceived thoughts of lack, is not feeling like you can actually do what it is that you set yourself out to do. You hit them horns, okay? So you didn't realize the truth of self, the false person, still wearing a mask. Liars, liars. So when you lie to yourself, obviously everything that you do with yourself, you'll see it in your external world, which is why it's important to forgive yourself in situations, and forgiveness of self where it'll be extended to others doesn't mean that once you go through that process of forgiveness that you reconcile with that energy again. So some of you may have forgiven people, reconciled due to the low vibrations of guilt, fear, and things of that nature. You also have another, family room in reverse. So the first part of this was teaching you how to create your own family, not the one you were born into. Some of those that you were born into is who you can connect with, but you also have those that you won't be because you're not on the same level of vibration in terms of your understanding, overstanding, understanding of unconditional love. Okay. Part two. We're going to come back around again. Part two, three parts to this. Part two, you were being guided to soar above any difficulties and self imposed limitations. And the way you got to part two was through the lessons you learned in part one, where you would force yourself to be in certain partnerships or connections with people because you wanted that love. So, you being guided to soar above any difficulties and self imposed limitations, we have imprisonment. And already I got from this was imprisonment of the mind, as the condor has to do with the vision. And without you being in connection to your vision, this is where you allow yourself to perish. Okay. Then we have message of concern, main female. So this message may not have come through yet, but if it did come through, this is where you recognize the source or the root of all betrayal, as to why you may even allow certain people into your life because of a part of you that yet has to be recognized or acknowledged, as far as like, okay, this is what this is. Once you recognize this for what it is, now you're able to really now you're really able to this that page right there. Y'all funny. Good luck to you. Thank you for my views though. Appreciate you. Let me see. There we go. Thank you for the views. So you're able now to, after the second stage, to get out of these situations. Every soul belongs to me. Good luck to you with that. You know where I'll see you, little bots. Look at these bots. Look at these bots. So yeah. You're now able to step out of this energy because you know the root of it. 214 could be significant. Aquarius energy. 214, moon in Aquarius could be significant. Okay. There was an imprisonment of the mind because of the lack of realization of emotions connected to certain memories. I see why in the third part of this, you have three cards. The Phoenix on top, which is you rising from the ashes, where you were guided to remove what no longer serves you from your life, followed by the Rabbit, where you are being guided to clean out your mental closet, release emotional baggage, and find your inner child and design your life your way. So this could be something that literally began when you were a child. I'm seeing literally between conception and 7 years old, where you were required because of your environment to grow up faster than you should be forced to, or forced to at all. So the third part, you are being guided to focus on the relationships in your life that bring harmony, stability, opportunity, and unconditional love. Now, this stability, mind you, the first thing before that stability is harmony. And this is what I mean, being forced to grow up faster than you were supposed to was the third part of this lesson, which is why the third part of this Ten of Swords carry three major lessons. So this is like the Hierophant stages. You see, the Hierophant has three different levels on their crown, right? So this is some strong mastery here some of you are experiencing. Let me see what these cards are talking about. Let's see. The main male, masculine energy. So I'm picking up Mars, first house, and unexpected income. Let me see what else. Wow. You're okay. So whoever this message is for, you're someone who came into this world to be of guidance to the collective, which is where you'll align with your great fortune. You may want to look into your part of fortune placement in your natal chart and the area of life, the house that it's in. So yeah, don't worry about that. That's because I have the chat accessible to anyone who enters the live. Do that certain times. Let's see what we got coming through here. So yeah, definitely being able to read between the lines, to read through ancient texts. It may not actually be the English language or your native language. It could be symbols that you're now able to really read through. Welcome, Ocean Goddess. Thank you for being here, my love. Okay. So yes, mantis beings, which is also a connection to Mayan civilization, ancient Kemet, things of that nature. They really be in here. So ain't nobody, please. Good luck with that. Best of luck with that. Let's see what we got coming through here. I've seen that same page on so many different channels. Teens, they know who they talking with. It's okay. Let me see what's coming through here. They ain't doing shit. They ain't doing shit. Good luck to them. Because they don't know what the Bible means. They using Bible verses in the wrong way. Well, not the wrong way. They're using it in a way that they're not going to get the effect that they seek based on what they care about. The truth heals. They're afraid of that. This is what I mean. That's why I put it to that setting. Got the world in your hands, which is symbolic of the Two of Wands, but the Two of Wands is Mars and Aries. Trust me. I already know the vibes. Manifesting the way I speak. That's why I said I know where I'm at in terms of my energy, my gifts. I ain't holding back no more. Got another thing coming. I am enough to be able to move forward. That's the message, collective. Be resourceful. In the void for trespassing, I'm telling you. They'll be placed right into the void for trespassing. Yeah, good luck with that. Because we're at a point collectively where, especially the feminine, where we have been persecuted for what we do now. That's part of the reason why I have the passion that I have when I express or use the form of expression that I use when I deliver these messages. Because in this lifetime, I'm not going to be going down like that. Them times is done and over with. Because we're back. Leo, Aquarius, yes. Right back from the age of Leo into the age of Aquarius, which is when the pyramids came through. Uh-huh. Through the suppression of limiting beliefs, one exercises the strength of attachment. Yeah. Limitless beliefs over here. Why? Because I know we all are. Look, now they can't even put a message. Keep playing. Obviously, you want to keep playing. Good luck. Yes. So I must be on to something, because I would only see this pop up at least once in other readers' messages. You know how many times I blocked that page just now? That's funny. Yes, Tahuti. Yeah. Uh huh. Telling you. I'm just letting you know. This is how the energy is operating for y'all as a collective. Also, 2, 3, 4, 1, 9, another one. That's 10. One, Jishin. This is how, okay, the universe is operating for all of you in the collective. Anything that comes towards you, you're going to get a sign of protection around you immediately. And then you got yes. Whew, child. It's funny you said that too. Ring your bell, because the way I rang it before, it was quite interesting. This is why I was telling y'all in the last live. I was like, I don't feel the way I look because I know my energy when I'm in those type of frequencies and clearing them out. Yeah. Telling you, we out here. We are out here, Lyrans. When it comes to the Lyrans, you're speaking of the felines. And we've gone through one of the biggest cosmic battles with the Alpha Draconians and the reptilians, things of that nature, where we were wiped out to an extent because we have been reborn. So it's just not this time around. Not this time around. We're not going down like that. You got the Tau Sentience 11, 2111, Justice in the World card. We coming in here with the justice this time, with the balance. Anything that is not in harmony will go, and it must go. There is no more holding back. So, listen, I really don't pay them things any mind though. You wanna know why? Because they don't know me. If they knew me, they wouldn't do that. But it's alright though. We got Aries Libra. This is where the North Node and South Node is transitioning to come July. Is what I'm saying. If they knew who I was, they wouldn't. When you are on a particular path, whatever it is that you're doing, what you love to do would be the hardest thing for you to do. What you love to do and can literally take care of you will be the hardest thing for you to go towards, because you're always going to be presented with obstacles, challenge, but more than obstacles and challenges, distractions. Until you realize the difference between a distraction and the obstacles and challenges. Because a distraction, you won't get to a point of wisdom. Obstacles, challenges will get you there. Because the obstacles and challenges are not hard. Like, they are those moments when enough is enough. And then you ask yourself, what's the lesson that must be learned from this situation? You know? So they will learn. They will learn today. Because I'm noticing the people that are coming back into my life, and when we speak about a 29-degree placement, it's a highly evolved, developed placement in your chart. That 29 degrees is either in your sun, moon, Mercury, or rising. I know what time it is. Let's see. So Aries, Libra, polarity could be significant. Mars, Pluto, Venus. First house, seventh house, I am. Aries, balance, Libra. Growth through confrontation. Learning who you are. Look at that. Ancestors cards come out again. With focus on the mission. Say less. Say less. Tell us more about this for the collective. What's the mission right now? Divine animal, spirit guide. What's the mission right now? It says focus on the mission, not how. What's the message? The bear. Unconditional love, being playful and protected by source. You're being guided to rest and enjoy yourself and others. Create balance in your life and follow your truths. You will intuitively know when and how to take inspired action. You have immense inner wisdom and physical strength. Ashe. As you, beloved. With the koala. Optimism, harmony, and balance again. Okay, you're being guided to find a harmonic balance of your mind, body, and soul. Focus on your heart's desires. Live your life with purpose, passion, and joy. Because nothing's going to get in your way. It wants to, but with this eagle here presenting itself to you through this message, speaks of leadership, spirituality, and clarity, where you're being guided to let go of emotional attachment and connect to divine inspiration. Because attachment is also one of the 7 lower frequencies or lower vibrations. Attachment. Wow. Some of you have an attachment which is blocking your creativity. And the sacral has to do with the maternal. It's the womb space. But we have here the whale, which has been showing up in my, what we call the dream state. But in my vision, when I go to sleep, whales has been showing up quite frequently. The orca whale specifically, the predator of the ocean, as a form of protection. The whale said you're being guided to focus on emotional stability and listen to your inner guidance. So this is exactly what's happening in this moment as I'm delivering this message. As I just told y'all, I'm in the midst of packing. And immediately while I'm packing 3344, I felt the vibe. Go live. So here I am delivering this message. Y'all seeing the action that has come into play. Granted, I did set the setting for the chat so that anyone that enters could enter the chat as guided. Because it's here's the example that I'm getting. It's like being around people who don't think you have protection until it's time for that protection to show up. And then like, oh shit, we didn't even know you was packing like that or strapped up like that or all this other type of shit. Judging a book by its cover. It's like almost like being bullied type of thing. The eagle says you're being guided to let go of emotional attachment and connect to divine inspiration, flying high above the restraints of yourself and society. Look for moments of truth and act upon them. From your elevated vantage point, balance, harmony, and joy can be easily found. That's true. From an elevated vantage point, balance, harmony, and joy can be easily found. But the key is to be playful and splash into waters of life, creating new waves of abundance for you and others to enjoy. Look at the animals that come up after the whale. You got the whale, the gorilla, strongest shit, and then the Black Panther. Come on. You just gotta be mindful. Like for real, be mindful who you messing with. So let's see what else is coming through. Be all in my dream state, swimming with whales. Like, all right now. This has been often too. I'm like, yeah, something's up. Something is definitely up. Literally up and up, on a rise, collective. You're on a rise. Show me what's going on here for the collective present. What's happening? It's like everything I'm saying, yeah. The Philosopher's Stone, alchemy, infinity, destiny, and magic. You're evolving into this state, and mind you, look at them again. You got the Nephilim right behind this here Philosopher's Stone. That's interesting because just now my ear is ringing, but it's an ear of the Ascended Masters. Oh shit. If this feels like Urkel's transforming into Stefan at this point. Welcome, love. You see something? Where are you? Let me see. Give me a second. Who do we have surrounding us? Divine Feminine. Let's see. The white buffalo calf woman with the Black Madonna. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. And my heart is a compass, and the path of love is true abundance. So the more fuckery enters your life, the more abundant you're going to be, depending on the way you respond to the activity. Okay? So, yes, it's just y'all, I'm saying. I said, let me just make sure it's you, and you're going to let me know if it's you. It should sound like I said too. Done it. Every time I pull from this deck, she always appears. You got the buffalo. Oh, yeah. Sekhmet. Come on. And then Fatima. Ashe. Love is my lineage. Literally is. And Inanna. Come on. A lot of chaos. Facts. A lot of chaos. Matter of fact, let's go into shout out to Ocean Goddess for this deck right here. Okay. Let's get into it. The Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. For 4014. What's the message? Black Jaguar. Eye gazing. See that, Ocean Goddess? Someone else. I feel like when it comes to a certain energy and frequency, depending on the realm that you travel to, you can easily become someone else. Someone else meaning a very powerful deity that you have always been connected to, that is also within you, that is a cell that is fully activated and flowing through your body. It happens first through the eyes. Eye gazing and the king vulture. Whatever was left behind can easily be destroyed with the eyes. Just like that page that keeps coming up here. Whatever is rising can be destroyed with the eyes once the eyes lay eyes on it. Integration, Jupiter. Show me this. There's an integration here, the dark and the light. Very balanced and centered. Some hot water's over there. Alchemy. Metatron. I'm a projector and human design at that. And here we have the inner child. Once that inner child is healed and freed and in alignment with you, everything that's as far as like your spiritual abilities, the level it's supposed to be at, you reach there, it seems like from day to night. But once you reach there and you acknowledge that you're there, you increase that energy of that gift 10 times each time you switch gears. Instead of you taking one step, each time you acknowledge where you're at, you're taking 10 steps forward. Yeah, illumination. I've been seeing those two eyes in my dreams and appearing on my wall. I remember one time I woke up, went back to sleep. And right before I was about to wake up, once I went back to sleep and I was about to wake up again, I see this owl just staring at me like this. I said, I was like, it looked like a legit owl that I'm like holding it in my hand. But that's connected to Archangel Uriel and Athena, Pallas Athena. So I said, all right, you got work to do. Let's go and get it then. Denial. Let's see what this is about. Initiation. There's a lot of heaviness and depression around some of you here. They want you to practice self-love. It'll get you back in alignment to your gift. And this has to do with the very high vibrational energy of Scorpio, the Phoenix, with the Harpy Eagle. Okay. Some of you may want to get more familiar with your Pluto house placement, the area of life that Pluto is in, the sign 2. As far as your generation, most of you here are either Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, or Sag. Because Pluto and Capricorn, they're much younger, but it depends. They may have, that's 2008, really, Pluto and Capricorn. So they're like 15 right now, 15 years old. And some of them are very advanced, and you can tell by the way they express themselves about different topics. But some of you here are in denial that you have been initiated. You may be around people in the spiritual community who say you have to get initiated by someone. Trust your journey to decide what to do. But I'm going to tell you this. Your ancestors are supposed to initiate you. Your ancestors are supposed to initiate you. That's the whole point of that show Wednesday. That when you're ready, they'll appear and take you through your journey. Okay, so and when you're ready, how that will look, you would go through an experience where you may feel like you're being betrayed, or you're going through betrayal, things of that nature. It's just to test your strength and what you're gonna do. Are you gonna fall back? And sometimes falling back could literally mean you not handling the situation with the strength that you truly have. So for some people, that could be like, instead of one of the lessons could be like, for me, was putting my hands on people. Learn that shit the hard way. I had to really channel that energy differently. Had to really go to the source of that anger, go to the source of that aggression. So I'm no longer doing that, because that don't nobody deserve, unless, if it's like protecting myself, that's different. Go get this Ali. But yeah. So instead of doing that, it was more so go to the source of what connects you to that anger and that aggression. Where does it come from? Why did you even allow those type of people in your life to begin with? Yeah, look, High Priestess comes out. Some of you are in denial about how much power you have. Or there could be a situation where you're not responding to it accordingly, and it's making you deny who you are or your abilities. The Hermit. This is Virgo Pisces energy, by the way. Polar opposite here. You may have this in the north, no, Virgo Pisces, Pisces Virgo. Okay. Or if you are one or the other, there's a reason why you are connecting to the polar opposite of that sign, whether it's a sun, moon, Mercury, rising, Venus, Mars. Okay. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. There's a beginning of prosperity once you come into balance with the low and high vibration. You can go back into the community board and look at the conjuring of the lower vibrations and read that passage that's up there. It'll take you through the exercise to cleanse out or detach from these 7 demons. Then we have the King of Wands. So Leo season could be significant, or a Leo. There could be information that your spirit guides are going to be given a Leo, whether they're sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or rising, specifically rising and Venus I'm getting more of. That's going to be receiving the message from your ancestors or your spirit guides about where to go in terms of beginning this prosperity here. Yeah, but it's something that you're going to have to put the work in. So some of you may have to go a different route than you normally would to what you go to on a daily, or this could be a short trip, or this could be going to a family function from the maternal side, whether this is your father's maternal side or your maternal side or your mother's maternal side, or sister or an auntie, a female cousin. Yeah, definitely have something to do with family here in terms of um, where you'll connect with this person that's going to give this information, or who this high priestess is giving the information to. Or this could be some of you in here right now that you have to give a message to a Leo or a child, because Leo's also the child. Something here about work, something about temptation, addictions, or feeling limited, but they're not actually limited. King of Cups, Scorpio. And I say this is resonating and delivering Ashe. And then we have, let me see, the Knight of Cups. Okay, so there goes Pisces for sure. Let me see this. So this spirit guide could be given information to a Scorpio, to be given to a Pisces or a Leo. Or when the moon is in Pisces is also significant, because when the moon is in Pisces, you can feel everything that's going on around you, which is also an important time for you to realize what is your energy versus those around you. And this is Neptune also has to do with breaking through limitations when it comes to any boundaries or walls that have been placed in regards to your psychic abilities or your psychic and mystical capacity. So Capricorn is significant. I feel like the Capricorn is the test for that Neptunian placement, or some of you may have Neptune in Capricorn. 6 of Swords. Yeah, it's something here about traveling across water, being by water. Communicating what you know. Let's see. Greetings, Jovi. Six of Cups. Communicating what you know, and the Six of Cups comes out. Soulmate, past life, twin flame. There goes Two of Wands, having the world in your hands. Everything that you are asking for to make a decision is already in front of you. It's like if you want to do something to move forward, then you have to really sit with yourself and see where your focus is. Is your focus really on moving forward, or is it still on moving backwards? Because there's a moment to, you know, dive deep and go towards the inner child, but that don't mean stay there. You know what I'm saying? So is having to make a decision, using your discernment on the ways that you're going to be moving forward, making sure that if that's what you want to do, move forward, then your mind and your actions are in alignment with moving forward. Your thoughts and actions are in alignment to moving forward. And here you got the Nine of Wands. So this is like being tired of something, but not actually being tired of it, because that enough moment hasn't approached you yet. Because when enough is enough, you're going to change. And to each its own. This is something you've been working on here. Let me see. Something on the past that you've been strongly working on. And you have the Queen of Cups. So, yeah, this is going back to the maternal side. Either the maternal side from the mother or father, or a mother, a sister, a cousin, or a niece, a daughter. Your spirit guides is giving them information. This could even specifically speaking as far as a sign. This could be a Cancerian with the Queen of Cups showing up here. And then you have the Two of Cups. Venus is in Cancer right now. So Venus in Cancer is the energy of, like, when it comes to core values, your personal core values is really focusing on the way you feel, regardless of what anyone else thinks about what you're doing or why you're doing it. That's not their business, type of thing. And depending on the house that it's in, it'll show you, much more in terms of the area of your life. Now, also at Venus in Cancer, you can see that you still have this Leo energy popping through, right? With the Ophiuchus symbol of the Caduceus, these two serpents, symbolic of the Kundalini and the Kunda buffer, which is something that is put into place when it comes to the pituitary and the pineal gland. The pineal gland is the masculine, the pituitary is the feminine. So there's something here about a magnetic energy. What is it that you are attracting? Because you're always in a state of attracting. That's something to be mindful of, especially in matters of, being focused on things of the past. You're always in a state of attracting. So if there's something from your past that was like a 10 of Swords moment, or a moment of betrayal, 7 of Swords, things of that nature, it's important for you to really change the emotion that you have in connection to that memory, because you're not living that situation at that moment that you are thinking about it. And you are thinking about it, not actually physically moving in it, but you can start to physically move in that energy if the emotion, energy, and motion within you through your thoughts and your feelings are connecting so deeply to that, without shifting it to really getting to see, you know what, everything happens for a reason, and it does. Some of y'all gone through so many different things that when you tell other people, this is where some of you have to make a decision when it comes to those that you are around, because no one situation is greater or lesser than another, because everybody feels differently about every single thing. Two people may have same exact experience but feel differently about it. Okay? It's like watching a movie Two people watching a movie on mute. They're watching the same thing, but both sides could be feeling something completely different based on their experience and what they know that visual actually brings into their life. So that's the same thing with memories as you're playing them over in your mind. It's like, okay, this happened, but you have to be mindful that your thoughts are very powerful, collective, very powerful. Whatever it is that you don't want in your life, there's certain memories that are coming up for you to change the energy you have connected to it based off the way that you feel when you process the vision or the feeling. All right, so, Uja, that was a lot. Yeah. That's what this. That's what we was breaking down as far as this denial card. What information is coming in for the collective? What is coming in for the collective? An opportunity to shift the fear is a great area. An opportunity to shift out of the trauma. An opportunity to shift out of the fear through a test of where you may be defensive. Okay? Because I love this explanation so much from this particular deck. Give me 1 second. So that's the third card of that. Surrender defensiveness. Let me pull one more. Just the third card. We at 3 here. Hold on. What's this? Earth. This could be an earth sign, or this is something that will happen physically. The root system. All right. Back to Cancer energy, which is the 4th house that speaks of your roots, your ancestors, but defensiveness is a sign of weakness. What's coming towards you is an opportunity to shift from that fear through a moment of defensiveness that you're being asked to surrender. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Now, to hear someone out, what else must the collective surrender here? To hear someone out, what must the collective surrender? Your need to always be right. So immediately I'm going to tell you, study the law of cause and effect, not right or wrong, good or bad. That is more so of a human physical construct, right or wrong, good or bad. When we're looking at energy, you're going to want to focus on the law of cause and effect, along with the law of rhythm. What goes in must come out. What goes down must go up. Okay? Give others the gift of letting them be or feel right. What that means is, just as I told you about the universal law, if you are someone who is of a higher vibration and you say you understand, overstand cause and effect and the law of rhythm and all of the other laws, okay, universal laws, then it should be easy for you to give them the gift of being right. Because for some of you, they may not be in a state to clearly or be in an understanding of the law of cause and effect. That whatever it is that is the cause to the effect has everything to do with what it is that you or that person cares about. So if a person is more, they care more about defending themselves, that's already something that should tell you that you are more than likely surrounding yourself with someone who has to do the work as to why they defend themselves so hard towards something that brings them more confusion or more situations where they're entering debates. Thank you, Ocean Goddess. So be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. This is why you see when people really begin to tap into that high vibration, you're either not around the confusion or combative energies as much, or when you show up to these scenarios, it's not happening because you have a light or frequency that literally blinds that energy away, or it gets too hot in terms of like where you really get to see where people have a connection or not to unconditional love. When you're surrounded by people who don't know unconditional love, it is only but for so long that they can be around you. Because they're going to be doing everything in their power to distract you. To distract you, a person who has gone through obstacles and challenges to gain the wisdom. So much so for some of you, you have to go through some of the most vicious lessons of conditional love to be around these frequencies so that way they can just feel you. Just that feeling of your presence literally transforms them to think something else. And this is where now your presence is a gift that changes everything around you and within people that are around you. So one of the first lessons that'll come through when it comes to that is you'll feel like no one sees you for you when you're starting to pick up on that high vibration until you dive deeper into knowing yourself, which is where human design comes into play, galactic signatures, your natal charts and things of that nature, so you can see the different blueprints that you have. So yes, yep, just like that. Love that. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. Yeah, there it goes. Confirmation, baby. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try. Trying is an insult to doing. Look up the etymology of try. Okay? Doesn't work to try, which is an insult to doing, to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. And that could be a whole nother part of the journey too. More than likely, not more than likely, but that is definitely the lesson when it comes to guilt and lies. Because if I'm going to say about that actually, it went in and out. Infinite blessings, 1,000 infinite fold to you, Viva, for your currency exchange, aka donations, gratitude, and thank you, my love. Let's see what else we got here, y'all. Surrender denial, which came out earlier, which was what we got deeper into with the tarot cards not too long ago. Speaking of a spirit guide, giving information to either a Leo, a Scorpio, a Cancer, or maternal or feminine energy who may be, they could also be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo with the Ace of Pentacles, or Libra, because that's also connected to that. Giving you this message about how to shift or how to alchemize that fear into wisdom. Accept people in situations, it says here, to surrender denial. Accept people in situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Accept people in situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. The difficulties that lead into fear, guilt, anger, grief, lies, attachment, delusion. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decision. And if you have your own cards and you find yourself pulling the Two of Swords, this always gives me like that Two of Swords energy. You know? Ashe. And surrender resentment when you surrender that denial. Okay? Holding on to resentment only poisons you, not the one you're holding it towards. You. Why? You're the one carrying that energy. Okay? Forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. And again, once you evolve, you start to realize more and more where there are parts of you that are showing itself in your external world. And some of you, the reason why I pause like that, because some of you may even ask, so what happens when you're just a child? Things of that nature. Same thing, because you have this blood of those two hosts could be causing this energy in your physical, causing it in terms of it's already within you, and you already have this innate care without having the experience. It's in your blood already. So the way to shift outside of that is you are the representation of that reincarnation, because every time a child is born, it's a reincarnation of their parents. You are the physical embodiment of what's happening internally, you presently. That when you see the experience, once you see it, once you feel it, and you can have a thought process about it, that's your opportunity to see that memory. That's actually not a memory, it's more so a vision that you're having, which could also be a thought. But anyway, once you see that, it's now up to you to change the way you feel about it. But you're gonna have to have this form of armor, protection, aka knowledge, in order to step into becoming wiser or making wiser decisions, taking actions from a point of being the wise one. So that means you would have to have a strong understanding of your lower mind, which is your root chakra, your sacral, and your solar plexus. Okay? And once you do that, now you'll have access to the medulla oblongata, which is at the top of your 33rd vertebrae of your spine. Okay? This is where, physically speaking, you start to dive into breath work, because the medulla oblongata controls breathing. You don't have to think about breathing. Breathing does that for you. So just with that in itself, that's part of the reason why you're physically here, is because you're breathing, but you don't have to control that. But having the connection to it, where your chakras are in alignment to that frequency, to that energy, it's a whole nother world. You'll be able to surrender defensiveness denial, the idea you can fix someone, and all this other stuff. And usually you may feel like you can't, because when you're not connected to that higher vibration, or your fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh chakras, which you do have more beyond that, but mainly those 4 to 7. Without the connection to 4 to 7, you're going to always feel, the presence, or the physical reality. Feel and sense. Feel, that's a sense. Um, Feel and live what it means to just operate from a lower vibration or a lower mind. Your sacral, your root, sacral, and solar plexus. So yeah, yep. The root is definitely the main one here. Fear. That's the demon of the root chakra, fear. So to let go of fearful stories you are telling yourself, stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. What is this? It has to do with the decision you have to make when it comes to your happiness, and taking the first step, physically taking the first step towards your happiness. That's the truth. What's the truth? What's your truth? Final message. You may definitely be resonating with this, and advise you to look into your galactic signature. If you are part of the polar family, which is the family that receives, okay? So you may have an open central, open solar plexus. You have the yellow sun, red serpent, white dog, and blue eagle. Look up your galactic signature. And then we have the red skywalker. If you are a red skywalker, you're also being advised to do the same, to look deeper into that, which is the zone of the prophet. You're here to unravel the mystery. All right. Let's see. I am available for personal energy updates. Let me see. Okay. Yes. Just send me an email and I'll send you the information. You have the personal energy updates, which is what I used to do during the lives, where if a message resonates with you, then I'll pull cards for you. But now I just want to do that more one-on-one with not everybody a part of it, just for this moment. But that's also something that where you can have a conversation with me, So you have the personal energy updates, which you'll hear back from me. You'll be able to receive that reading within 24 to 48 hours from the moment I respond back to you. So I may respond back to you within 24, 48 hours. If it's like a full personal reading, then this will be a little bit of a different process in terms of the timing. All right. So yeah, just email. You have Bethel, the rune of initiation, something concealed, a secret thing, the unknown, fate, play, and games. It says here that the beginning and end are set. What's in between is yours. Nothing is in vain, all is remembered. And then we have here manipulation of cause and effect. I'm telling you, go look into that law, cause and effect. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna end it with that. December could be significant and 0. I just heard 2000. Read that. Let me look into this for you. You can go ahead and get you the Kybalion. All right. Let's look at this. And this is where we'll close it out. I'm going to title this The Law of Cause and Effect, just to make it easier to connect with. Every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. Not speaking of the Constitution, we're speaking of the universe laws, okay? That which nature lives by. This principle embodies the fact that there is a cause for every effect, an effect from every cause. It explains that everything happens according to law, that nothing ever merely happens, that there is no such thing as chance, that while there are various planes of cause and effect, the higher dominating the lower planes, still nothing entirely escapes the law. The Hermetists understand the art and methods of rising above the ordinary plane of cause and effect to a certain degree, and by mentally rising to a higher plane, they become causers instead of effects. The masses of people are carried along, obedient to environment, the wills and desires of others stronger than themselves, heredity, suggestion, and other outward causes moving them about like pawns on the chessboard of life. But the masters, rising to the plane above, dominate their moods, characters, qualities, and powers, as well as the environment surrounding them, and become movers instead of pawns. They help to play the game of life. Florence Scovel Shen, here's another text you can get. All right, got a couple of her writings here. They help to play the game of life instead of being played and moved about by other wills and environment. They use the principle instead of being its tools. The master, the masters obey the causation of the higher planes, but they help to rule on their own plane. In this statement, there is a condensed there is condensed a wealth of hermetic knowledge. Let him read who can, and those who have eyes to see will see, or the eye to see will see. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. It says here that Webster defines the word chance as follows: a supposed agent or mode of activity other than a force, law, or purpose, the operation or activity of such agent, the supposed effect of such agent, a happening, fortuity, causality, etc. But a little consideration will show you that there could be no such agent as chance in the sense of something outside of law, something outside of cause and effect. How could there be a something acting in the phenomenal universe independent of the laws, order, and continuity of the latter? Such a something will be entirely independent of the orderly trend of the universe and therefore superior to it. We can imagine nothing outside of the all being outside of the law, and that only because the all is the law in itself. I'm going to go into this right here, right quick. Let me see if I find it. Because you have the all and then you have it. And so it is, right? We often hear. Let's look at, if I can find it quick enough here. I'm not rushing, but let's see. Why do I feel like it was on page 96? If this shit was on page 96, you know what? Okay, was it? I'm about to be like you. It was basically breaking down. There it goes. Let us adopt a short word that will express all that the above written words are intended to express, namely the word it. I stands for all, the eternal I. T stands for operation, manifestation, vibration, action, or motion. The I in motion is T. The I in motion, which stands for all, the eternal, is T. So the I, standing for all, the eternal in motion, is T. Operation, manifestation, vibration, action, or motion. We say it rains. It is cold. It is all right. What do we mean by it? Who knows? Some say the weather, others natural phenomena. Very well then. What do we mean by the weather or natural phenomena? Why, just it, of course. So, this is why words are spells. It's simple, but we have learned so masterfully to complicate the fuck out of life. We ain't doing that no more. Well, they was in it today. They worked overtime today. It's 7:33. I love y'all and enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll see you on the next live. Just make sure you hit that bell notification so you know what's up. Love you, darling.